Perfectionist family, what's good? It's your girl Tammy, aka That's a Woman, coming to you with this week's session of planting and or watering, where I'm either planting something new in your life or yours truly is watering something that has already been planted. And listen, as the queen imperfectionist herself, I just want to start off by apologizing because I did not acknowledge that February is Black History Month. And I know so many of our ancestors, even some are currently making history now. I just want to acknowledge each and every one that have paved the way for each and every one of us. And it doesn't matter what generation they were a part of, whether or what nationality or what race, all has a contribution to Black history. So I want to acknowledge all of that, the inventors and the civil rights movement leaders and things like that. And speaking of civil rights, I have to circle back another moment. Oh, you girl. So sorry, I didn't acknowledge Dr. Martin Luther King last month. And when I speak of Dr. Martin Luther King, just a quick story. So my son and I were having a conversation some months back, and he made the statement to me. He said, Dr. King said, I feel I have led my people into a burning building. And when I tell you that statement stumped me, because I was like, I had never heard that. You know, you hear that I have a dream and, you know, we gonna go to the promised land. You hear that, but I had never heard that statement before. And when I tell you, the universe is always listening. So be mindful of what you put out there and the conversations that you have, because literally within a week or two, I was at a restaurant, my homegirl and I, on Auburn Avenue. And we walked into the restaurant, and on the wall, I feel I have led my people into a burning building. And I was like, whoa, Tevin just told me about that. And my homegirl was like, oh, I had never even heard it before. And she's older than me. So I say that to say there are a lot of things that have happened in this world that we may be aware of and we may not. So even as I do this podcast, I'm trying to open, expand, get you to not stay conformed, not to stay conformed to the thought patterns that has been passed along to us. Use them as stepping stones as you rise higher, as you grow, as you evolve, as you reach a place, one, where you're never changeable. I'm unchangeable. You never want to reach that place. But as you reach a place where you can think on those things, ponder those things. As a matter of fact, as I said that, I'm reminded of Joseph in the Bible when he went to his dad and told him that him and his brothers were going to bow down before him. His father didn't like it, but he thought on those things. And so here's the thing. We all have dreams. We all have visions. It's important for us to think on those things. And sometimes you can't share them with everyone. Everyone is not going to receive them, and that's okay. Continue to move forward in your destiny. Continue to move forward, living your life with your on purpose, which has meaning and value as you continue to rise higher. And another thing I realized last week, I mentioned thought forms and then I jumped off of it. So let me circle back to that. So a thought form is a collective energy. Like you could just be riding around your day and hit a spot and all of a sudden you get this weird feeling over you. Now, here's the thing. A lot of us have the gift of discernment. A lot of people are clairvoyant, empaths. There's things like that. But there's also areas where there could be like a collective group of energies and fears that have been left in a spot that you can find yourself in. And so I learned about thought forms because a lady asked the question. She asked, out in California, she's like, I've been driving over these same bridges for years. And now all of a sudden I hit this one particular area and this rush of fear comes over me. And it was explained to her that tourists come to the area, and because they're not used to the bridges, and you got people like me, Florida native, Flatland Central, I'm not used to that. So you got people who hit those high bridges and they become fearful. And a lot of people do that. So they leave like this energy sitting there. And so she's hitting it. And that's where that fear is coming from. And I can even share my own story of hitting a thought form. About a year ago, I was driving from Oglethorpe, Georgia, over to Alabama, and I hit this one back road, and it was a long road, and all of a sudden, I had so much fear come over me. And here's the thing. One thing your girl know, I don't operate in fear. God has not given us the spirit of fear. He gave us a spirit of power, which I tell you all the time, you all are powerful. Power, love, a sound mind. That's who we are. And yet I was fearful. I was like, oh my God, what if my car break down? And I'm here, mind you, my car was far from breaking down. I had a cell phone. I will say something I'm not going to disclose. So there was no reason for me to be fearful. However, I felt it. And then so I started realizing, wow, I really believe there's a lot of things that happened on this back road, and I'm picking up their energies here. So I just say that to say, sometimes you can pick up others' energies. I was sharing with someone a while, not too long ago. A couple years ago, I was in my uncle and aunt community, and I saw this guy with this low profile car, and he was trying to avoid the speed bumps. So trying to avoid, which understandably. And so I focused so much so on him that literally I went, and won't just continue out the details, but I will say within a couple of hours, I cracked the spoiler on my car. Just picked up that energy, picked up that thought form. So just be mindful. That's why I say all the time, release energies that do not positively serve you. It's important to do so. Also, last week I talked about decluttering your space, and I hope you're doing so, and I hope you're being impeccable with your words. I hope you're not taking everything personal. I hope you're not making assumptions, and I hope you're always doing your best. And I don't recall speaking about decluttering relationships. Sometimes in life, we can find ourselves in relationships that are not necessarily healthy for us, and they're definitely not impactful for our greater good. I mean, they were impactful for the moment, but you know, people are sometimes in your life for a reason, season, or a lifetime. That's a true saying. And I know we get so attached to the possibility of the lifetime that we don't want to let go of the reason or the season. However, if you're going to allow that person, your person, the person who's going to help you on this journey, that's going to somewhat be that wing beneath your wings, as I talked about the eagles last week soaring, if you're going to truly have that person in your life, you're going to have to release. You're going to have to let go. I know situationships, they're comforting like comfort foods, but in the end, what does comfort foods really do? They make you feel good for the moment, but I promise you, if you don't get to the gym and burn those comfort foods off, what do? They pack on the calories, they pack on the weight. So we have to somewhat realize some situations in relationships, they're not serving our greater good. And listen, disclaimer, don't say, Tammy, told you to walk out. I'm leaving you because Tammy told me to do so. Please, no drama not accepted, hate not gonna be received, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm telling you to evaluate you. Evaluate what positively serves you and your greater good. So if a situation or a relationship is not doing so, then it is necessary to do the work to remove yourself from it. And if you have to, actually back it up, skirt, rewind, do the work. Try to see if therapy helps. Try to see if a spiritual coach, a life coach, whatever it takes, try. But here's the thing, it takes two. One can't be the one doing all the work and the other is like, okay, well, they blessed to have me. No, you're blessed to have each other. Okay, always remember that in relationships, you are blessed to have each other. Never let anyone make you feel inferior to who you are, because you are superior. You are powerful. That you are. And guess what? You are simply amazing. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are blessed. You're the icing on the cake, which I told y'all I love the icing on the cake. So that's the best part to me. That's who you are. And never settle for less than. So if it's time to reevaluate and close out some relationships in order to allow new, fresh energy to flow in, declutter that space and make it happen. It's necessary. And I know we are coming up on Valentine's Day, so in advance, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you have an amazing day. And here's the thing, if you don't have a Valentine's, guess what? Be the Valentine. Be that special person. Be the best Valentine's Day date that you can have. Do something nice for yourself. If you want to buy you some chocolate, have you some chocolate. You want to buy you a rose, do it. It's okay. Because here's the thing, it's important to be the change that you want to see. So in order to do that, treat yourself with kindness. Because here's the thing, you can't expect others to treat you with kindness and you don't treat yourself. The scripture even says charity, love begins at home and is spread abroad. And in order to spread it, you got to live it. Live the life, live the love, live the happiness, live the joy, live the peace, live it now. Have it in the now, so that when you meet Mr. Right or Miss Right or Mr. Right, you're ready. You're ready. Because a lot of us want relationships, but we are not quite ready. And then when we find ourselves in a bunch of mess, it's because we wasn't ready. I am always going to believe. I don't care how old you are. I hear stories of people getting married in their 70s, 80s, although that is not my ask for none of us. However, you always have the opportunity to meet your person. It's going to show up. You just got to believe it. Don't stop believing. So declutter space. Be the Valentine you want to be. And guess what? Probably next year, Valentine's, you will have someone doing all that. It's all how you see yourself. It's all how you operate. You have to operate in the right mindset, from a positive mindset. Remember, your girl will not be there with you in your woe is me moments. I will be there to say, hey, feel it, okay? Now that you have felt it, it's time to shake it off. What's that song? Shake, 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 Sonora. Shake it left and right. Okay, shake it off and let's get to moving. Let's get to moving. We can't stay there. Our victory is not staying in the woe is me mindset. Our victory is getting up and shaking it off and moving forward. Moving forward, rising higher. Okay? Always remember that. And hey, even if your Valentine's has to be a group of your friends, let it be. Because I know all of us have ride or dies that we can spend time with if necessary. That's going to be there. Because listen, your girl is blessed to have quite a few. And to each and every one of y'all, I love and appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being in my life. And I even say that to you as my imperfectionist family. I know that you all are ride or dies for what I'm doing, because you're supporting. So thank you so much for your love and support. So listen, as I bring this session to a close and going into Valentine's Day, I don't want anyone that's not in a relationship, I don't want you to feel unloved. I don't want you to feel invaluable, unworthy. No, I am here to say you are loved. You are important. You are valuable. You are worthy. You are magnificent. You are amazing. You are blessed. You are prosperous. You are the best person that you can be. Okay? Never, ever, 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 in the words of Friday from Smokey, ever, 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 ever forget that. Okay, so listen, I want you guys to continue to be blessed and be empowered. And listen, if your girl said anything that touched you, that brought some energy to your life, give your girl a thumbs up. And if you like, you're so welcome to drop me a comment. And if you are not part of my imperfectionist family, the imperfectly perfect people that we are, I ask you to please subscribe and be a part so you know when your girl drop new content, as well as share this message of hope with a friend, because this is about empowering one another and encouraging us on what this journey of life. So listen, until the next time, I want you guys to enjoy Black History Month. I want you to have a wonderful Valentine's Day. And also to the Kansas City Chiefs fans, shout out to you guys for winning the Super Bowl. Little unknown fact, my mother's last name is Mahomes, so guess who I had to ride with? Yeah, my Cowboys got put out. They didn't even want postseason action, I'm guessing. So, but shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs fans. So until the next time, I want you guys to be blessed and have an amazing day.